Hello and welcome my fab fans to Glam's new video. I will be trying to finish more of this. Let's see how far I can get. Hopefully quite far. I remembered there being like an empty F down here. Sometimes the gems fall off, and that's okay. Do you ever think you just read your schedule correctly and then if you find out that you're actually late to work? I mean, luckily, my coworkers and me are on good terms, but someone also called out sick today and I deliberately ignored it because I went back to bed. All of them saying they're a revealer in this game of Ultimate Werewolf is really funny. Imagine not knowing who you are. Did you know that more people every year die of getting a vending machine falling on them than shark attacks? You're more likely to get crushed by a vending machine than you are to die to a shark. Though you're also more likely to get bit by a snake than to die to a shark. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong about the second one. This is just me defending sharks. I love sharks. I will say, I like doing diamond art because of the amount of time it takes. Something I think about is how in the Final Destination movies, they make it so people's heads exploded in the final one. If something is crushed, does it really explode like that? Because, like, it looked like it got vaporized, but in reality, matter can't be destroyed. Where does it go? Wouldn't it be more matter? I just feel like there'd be more. Sometimes I feel bad about saying things. But not because it's inherently a bad thing to say, but because of the connotation of, well, I mean, they might be missing out on things now. I want people to be able to enjoy things, even if those things aren't that great. really want to finish this diamond art so that it can finally not be in my room anymore, and I can pour all of the diamonds into my cup of diamonds. I will say the reason I started filming with my phone is because of technical difficulties with my other cameras. But I'm still using my camera in a way. I'm using it to balance my phone because I'm too lazy to switch the attachment so that I can just clip my phone in there. But also, this is less likely to where my phone will get hit. Because sometimes when I put it in, like, this holder attachment for my phone, it tends to, have issues. Like, pressing the off button. And then I'm just like, oof, annoyed. The longer I can just stick to doing one color, though, the better and more optimal it is to get this done faster. Earlier today, I decided to chill with the kitty cat and let him gnaw on my arm. Because biting tickles. My friend's like, it hurts a lot, and I'm just like, but it tickles though. No pain, just laughed. Maybe I was meant to be a cat. Honestly, I would have rather been born a cat than be born a human. Y'all embarrass me to be the same species as. Not all of y'all, but most of y'all. Most of humanity, in general, makes me so embarrassed to be human. So I understand why people would like to be a Therian. The people who judge Therians are ones that are shitty anyway, and they wonder why people would rather not be one of them. Imagine being so hated just because you don't want to be an awful person. Lamau? Like, I know I'm not a great person. I'm pretty shitty. I do try to be a good person, but it's a little questionable. But I also don't believe in letting people walk all over you, so. Maybe that's a good reason why I'm the way I am. Is the reason serial killers kill people because they think it will make them live longer? Or is it just for some other sick and twisted reasons? Or is there no reason behind it? Though I remember for a very long time, I used to study about serial killers in high school. Teachers thought I was gonna become one. Was not on my plans. Not even close. I do hate people, but not. But I also think death is a good thing. If I hate someone, I want them to live until all of their friends and family die around them, leaving them alone forever. I wish them eternal suffering, you know? But, yeah. I wish them to be alone. I feel like that is a worse fate for them. I hope you live a long life, but not a good life. Type of hate. But I don't even have to wish that for them, because most of them got pregnant and have baby daddies that do not like them. So, you know what? I'm doing great. Or they drink themselves into comas because they hate themselves. I feel like I'm winning at life right now, compared to them at least. Because I'm happy and I'm content. I do what I want, and I'm living my best life. Studying the subjects I like. Trying to be a good person. Something I don't understand about the Final Destination movies is if death will go through all of those loops to try to kill you, why wouldn't they do it, like, as soon as possible? Or in an easier way? Why would they involve other things to take you out? Like, why would they make it a freak accident and not just... Okay, I asked a question I shouldn't have. Sorry for questioning you, I guess. Sorry, Death. You do you. Almighty, powerful being. Yeah, that totally doesn't make me look like I'm mentally insane. Apparently, if you ask too many questions, you just happen to see things out of your corner of your eyes. It was literally just light reflecting off of things, but it still freaked me out. You know, I usually don't try to predict things for myself. I usually only try to predict things for other people. But the Final Destination movies make me think about how I predict things for people and make me question whether I've prevented something that was meant to happen. And if fate is gonna be angry at me for preventing something that they wanted to happen. Because I do tarot card readings and stuff. And I feel like I feel bad if I'm overstepping fate's boundaries. Just for the sake that I like to tell fortunes. Like, what if death gets angry at you for helping others? Like, am I tempting fate? Am I getting in the way? Am I causing more harm than good? But I guess I always ask too many questions, and a lot of people tell me to shut up. So maybe that's why I went quiet for so long and decided to stop asking. But The questions I ask are important. Why should I be scolded for wanting to know? Something I always thought about is how in the Bible it only ever says how Adam was told not to eat from the tree, but Eve wasn't. How is she supposed to know if she wasn't told directly not to eat from the tree? Or was that rule only for Adam? Because Eve is the one who gave Adam the apple. Was it men following women who condemned the world originally? But men tried to make it seem like it was the women's fault, when in reality they had nothing to do with it. But they kept blaming women for their mistakes instead of owning up to not being aware of their surroundings or of what was happening. Men just blindly doing things rather than thinking of a solution. Something I used to do at one point was predict when people were gonna die and gave them how they were gonna die. And according to my fortune, it said I was gonna die on the job or at work, in a way. But I don't know which job. But I think it's pretty valid and pretty likely that I'd get murdered because of my lack of ability to hold my tongue. It's been 43 minutes. Oh me, oh my. I hope to finish this. Sometimes I think my ancestors tell me to shut up and or to not do anything. But then again, I don't know any of them, so... So if they expect anything from me, they're severely mistaken. Something I didn't know about is how your heart technically doesn't stop when you drown. Not immediately. You just kind of fall unconscious. Okay, about 10 more minutes. Wow, I'm getting through this way faster than I thought I would. But I'm also not switching colors a lot, so... I don't even know what hepatitis is. I get the weirdest ads. Like, I understand hepatitis is a disease, but I don't know anything about it or what it is exactly. I don't need to either. Something I don't like seeing is when people blame themselves for something that's out of their control. I've seen people blame themselves for having cancer. Or one of their kids having cancer. Cancer happens regardless of what you do. And there's no way to really prevent it. You can be more careful, if anything, but everything can cause cancer. One of my dad's friends swears that the only thing you have to do to prevent cancer is to eat pineapple. Well, anyway, I'm gonna end the video here. Peace, love, have a good night, my fans, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye!